Hey, what is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and D-Gen freaks? Welcome to Dano Crypto. Good morning. We are sitting on a fabulous Wednesday here in sunny Florida. And the breaking news here is that we have 60,000 ETH that had been moved from these wallets to exchanges. And what are they going to do with it? Is it going to dump Ethereum? Is it going to dump any of the market? What's the point? Are they going to spread all this ETH out? What are they going to do? Are they going to stake it? According to Ivan, he thinks that, you know, it's not going to really move the market that much. It's just going to maybe move it just a little bit. But to be honest, it would have to be billions of movement and Ethereum for it to be able to actually move the price like that. But curious to see what happens here in the coming days, in the coming weeks for Ethereum, for Bitcoin, and for altcoins in general in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Welcome, guys. Welcome to this live stream. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment in the live chat, and we can interact together. If you guys didn't catch my video that I uploaded last night, I got into a pretty nice trade. The take profit, actually I set the stop loss at a take profit point, which still kept me at 60% profit on my trade. So what I ended up doing is just, I have now that profit sitting in my account for MEXC. And so you can see here that obviously the order, it is gone, and we have secured some profit to be able to get back into some trades here. So the test here is that we're going to see how far we can get this liquidity in our account. How much can we get it? Can we get it to $1,000? Can we trade it to $1,000? I think we can do it, guys. So I like to do this just to test myself, to see if it is possible, and we all know it is, but we just have to do research. We have to watch the charts. We have to, keep up with the news, and that's how we can be successful in this market. So what I was seeing here is that we had this trend line right here. We broke that, but once we broke it, then we went back down. We scaled back down a good, let's see, we went down just 1%. So nothing too crazy. But even with those moves, we went back 29.8. So I would have the trade possibly could have been liquidated. I think the liquidation price was around that price, close to it. So it's good that we did have a take profits set in there, a stop loss set to secure some of the profits. And now from there, once it was triggered, it triggered while I was sleeping. So I didn't get back into it right at that point, because that would have been almost the same, close to the same buy-in price, which was at 29.7, and then pulling it back into a trade to go back up to the upside another half a percent. So Yeah, so that's what's happening with that trade. I think it's a good opportunity to, since it's the middle of the week, we did see XRP break out of also its. Let's see. I think there was right here. We had a high 81 cents. So if we go to, yeah, let's see, a high of 81 cents. Yeah, so it's looking like we are going to look. We crossed on the, so okay, that's where we crossed on the MACD. Now we're up at the top where we're crossing. And when it did that right here, we scaled down. Right here, crossed, looks like the same kind of candle. But that's a way bigger candle like there. So you can see here. Okay. And we had to move up to about, not a big move. So you can see here, I can move this volume down. Let's like put it. Yeah, look at that. Those candles look nice, don't they? Let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments. We got to get some people in this live stream. Let's go. I think people are still awake. People are still sleeping. All right, so let's listen to what Ivan says right here. Go back, pause, and let's see.
Dollar with Bitcoin. Crazy. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Because you get, guys, dollar with Junior, RFK Junior. So he's saying also that he's gonna back dollar with Bitcoin. Crazy. It's crazy, guys.
So I love that he has said that. So I watched Robert F. Kennedy Jr. at the Bitcoin conference, and it was really inspiring. It was really awesome to see that there is a president who is fighting for freedom, fighting for a lot of different things, you know. So it's cool that he's proposing that he will be at least trying to have Bitcoin as a reserve currency for the US dollar. And it's dope that he's actually saying that, because I've said that myself, where I've thought, man, that'd be really cool to have Bitcoin as the reserve backing value currency for the United States. And it's not like it would just be for the United States, you know. It could be for, you know, different, obviously, you know, different countries could adopt the same thing, and which would in turn make the entire network even stronger. The prices would be, I mean, who knows? I mean, it's just like when we have the halvings programmed in, but then also the whole mechanism of it being a limited finite supply, with the halvings, with countries adopting it, and with spot ETFs being approved. It's just there's just going to be so much value in Bitcoin that we probably can't even honestly fathom what it's going to be like in 5 years, even just 5 years. And think, you know, sometimes 5 years can fly by. Like, I know, just experienced it in my life, where, you know, I just think it was just, you know, it was just almost just yesterday where I had just, you know, met my now wife, and our lives just went in hyperdrive. So, but at the same time, during these times, like especially right now, it's accumulation time. So it's mass accumulation time, and it's just it's time to really time to not get shaken out. And oh, hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, Karen. What's going on? Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Thanks for the like. All right, so let me know what you guys think about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Does he have a chance? Does he have a chance to beat Trump? You know, that's the big question. And that's kind of with like a lot of these candidates. I really think they're terrified to run against Trump. That's why they're trying to indict him and get him in jail, because it's kind of it. And if you think about it, it's like a play where it's kind of revealing like that your campaign is not as strong if you're trying to literally put the other person in jail before you even run. So it's just kind of revealing a lot of stuff about any particular side's character, whatever they're trying to do, you know. But what's important about the elections, and it's not even to get political, it's just, you know, I think that yeah, may not beat him, but he forces all candidates to make a stance on crypto. Yeah, true. It definitely, but with, and so this makes a good point where just because someone is pro crypto doesn't mean you should be, okay, all right, y'all, awesome, I'm gonna vote for him, because they might have some whack like things about foreign policy or something about like agriculture, big pharma. What if they're like they were a previous executive of big pharma and you didn't do your own research, but they're like, oh, I love crypto. Like some people can use it as a guise to make you think that like, oh, cool, they're into crypto, I'll vote for them. And some people might just blindly do that, which people do that with other issues as well when it comes to voting. So personally, I would just like do your own research, make sure you actually like the person, you know, and it's not just about them liking crypto. You know, it has to be the president of the freaking United States has to be well-rounded in all aspects. You're the president of the United States. It's like, what else what other type of person would you want? Man, woman, you'd want them to be fully rounded in all aspects of being culturally smart, financially smart, like all those things. So that's how I'm treating it. The older that I get, the more that I realize that it actually does. Voting is important. You really need to know who's running the show and who's being puppeteered to run the show, because if you don't, we're gonna get stomped out as people who are, quote, the poor people. You know, we're not the you know, the people that are not in the 1%. You know, it's really important that we actually not be in that category of being the, you know, like we need to flip that. We need to be the percentage that is dominating and making choices as a whole, as a community. So I don't know. That's my soapbox rant for the political side of crypto, I guess you could say. But yeah, so it's really interesting. We're going to see what else Ivan has,
because you gotta
to
understand that there is a lot of money in crypto. Like I told you, like there are whales that have hundreds of millions. If you are a presidential candidate that supports crypto, you are tapping into an unexplored opportunity, because it's so different than TradFi, and we are longing for someone to really take us to the presidential stage. So I think that RFK Jr. is going to have a lot of support from crypto financially, and that will trigger.
Yeah, and so Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is the first presidential candidate, and he announced it at the Bitcoin conference in Miami that he's going to be the first one to ever take Bitcoin as a campaign donations. So that could open up the floodgates for like actually like how, and this could tie into the actual presidential election where Bitcoin could be in like crazy price points where we're past 40K, it's getting into the election, and then he's getting donations in Bitcoin and amassing like true capital to be able to really like push a good message for his campaign, and hopefully that he doesn't get manipulated. Yeah, I mean, we see with the past elections that there were obvious controversy with the election, with voting and all of that stuff, whether you believe it or not. There's got to be protection on our election. So it's just going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, how it all plays out socially, in the markets, financially, with traditional finance, and the combination of traditional finance with our decentralized finance, our new way of money. And there's going to be a pull and a pull and tug, but if we get the right person in, and if we have the right people that are making the laws, that they don't have to necessarily agree, but they can at least like know that there's got to be a way that we can work together. It's the whole point. It's what our founding fathers did. They there's no way that all those dudes agreed, but they somehow managed to write the dopest uh piece of piece of paper, like in our histories, in American history's existence, and we still go by that today. So it's just it's gonna be an interesting time, guys. It's gonna be an interesting time. All right, so let's see. RFK is a big name and goes against the narrative of his party on many issues. I'm interested to see how this plays out. What a time to be alive. Yeah, true. 100%. Yeah, what a time to be alive it is. And and also, if you have a family, if you have kids, a lot of the things that I think about is like what is what are my kids going to, like, what are they going to be experiencing going through school? What am I going to do to make sure that my kids are getting the best type of experience that they can get, and without them being just like thrown into the system, and me not paying attention and being negligent in the way of what's being fed. It's all programming, whether it be, everyone is being downloaded a program by everything that we constantly are watching, what we're ingesting in our bodies and in our eyes. And it's really, really important, especially if you're a parent, to keep on that. Like, you can't forget about that, because we get distracted with our own personal life and our jobs and all that stuff. But our most important job of all is being a good parent and being a protector and making sure that your kids are getting the best experience that they can possibly get, especially when they're young, because it makes such a difference. And teach your kids about finance. Jesus, like, that is probably the most important thing you could teach your kids. What are they going to be doing half the time? What do you do as an adult? You freaking have to pay bills. You're constantly thinking about money, how you're going to do this, that, taxes, all that stuff, and that's the last thing they teach you in school. Isn't that insane? And that's literally what you do every day as an adult. But no, they're going to teach you all these distracting topics and test points that make you a nice worker bee, and that you can get that sheep job that the system wants you to get. So you're more easily controlled. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just keep that in mind. Really, really important. Yeah, the older that I get, the more like conviction I have with that, because it's crazy. It's crazy, especially right now, what's happening in general. It's just things have to change for sure. All right, you guys, if you're not following me, if you're not subscribing, if you haven't hit the like button, if you have not seen my Twitter, you got to go follow me at DanoCrypto 904, and then my YouTube is youtube.com/@ Dano Crypto. And I got some big collaborations coming up. I don't know if you saw this collaboration. Did you see this collaboration? I was on the Wendy O show. Come on. I've been watching Wendy O for a long time, since basically the beginning of 2021. And I was always thinking, oh man, it'd be cool to it'd be cool to go on her show one day. And sure enough, I made it happen. You know, if you say things enough and you believe it enough, they will happen. And I'm experiencing that with crypto. I think crypto can change your life. What do you think? Has crypto already changed your life? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's see what. Let's see. Yes, I was homeschooled. All four of our kids, and finance and being a productive part of society was job number one. They are my legacy. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, kudos to you for sure. Yeah, that's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. We all have to inspire other people to. Let me see. And I want to put this. I want to highlight this in the. Put it up in the. Put the comments here. So yeah, like that. That's amazing. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate you sharing that. I want people to see this. We're just gonna highlight that right there. Okay. Let's go back. Yeah, pretty soon we get a better streaming flow. I'll have, and once we get some more people in these live streams, get some more chat interaction, I'll be able to have kind of like a live chats popping up on as I'm going through articles, and super chats can pop up and stuff like that. I think we'll get to that point. But yeah, want to mention that I'm actually going to be doing a collaboration video today with someone, and it's going to be really, really fun. You guys will see that very soon. I don't know how fast it'll get uploaded, but we'll see how it goes. And then I have just a lot of different collaborations coming up in the works, so I'm really excited for you guys to see that. So let's get right into the prices again real quick before we end this live stream. So this is currently my Bitflex trade. As you can see here, we had that big candle. We went all the way. Well, let's refresh here real quick. Just make sure we're looking at. Yeah, what an interesting candle there. On this particular chart, it looked like it spiked and went all the way up as high as 30,700. And if we look here, XRP is sitting at 79 cents. I wonder if it's going to go back into that 96 cents range. It could. I mean, we're looking like XRP is psychologically wanting to hit that dollar level. People are like, XRP to $1, XRP to $1. So it's probably going to get really close, try and test that 90 cents. And then it's gonna go back down a little bit again. So it could. So we're just waiting. But look, you can see here that look at the MACD, and it's looking like we could cross, but it's not. But it's not below. Let's see. And it's interesting because, look, I mean, we've had this sideways. We've kind of had this, we went as low as back at the initial pump to 66 cents. That was, I guess you could call it the bottom of the pump. And so these are the ranges that we're looking into here. These are the trade ranges from 67 cents all the way to 79 cents to 81 cents. Because that was what we just recently got rejected off of when we were trying to crush back up into those levels. So let's see what happens with XRP. And now if we let's go to Bitcoin really quick. And okay, so we're at $29,911. You can see here, I drew some lines here on the bottoms. I drew some lines on the tops, and you can see that we broke above the line here. If we look at the line, we did break above it for a little bit. So I think I did get profit from this trade. It was a risky trade, so it was an 80x long. And so with an 80x long, any move to the downside could wreck you if you don't have a stop loss set. So what I did is I set the stop loss at a profit zone, which was in a 60% profit range. So once it got down, because I was in 90% profit when I looked at the trade before I went to bed, so I thought, okay, if it just keeps cranking to the upside, I'll leave it open, and in the morning I'll check it. But if it at any point goes and breaks back down, I'll just take the profit on the trade. And so that's what happened. So it got triggered. It got triggered at like 4 a.m. or something like that, and you can see that it. But before then, it did go up here. So it's like what kind of profit taking strategy do you want to take? I chose the one that had a little bit more risk off. I didn't have risk on, where I was like, okay, I'm going to basically just like take profits aggressively and make it to where, if it went over 100% or hit any kind of zone, which if I was looking at the previous zone, here and here, and I put in the trade right here, then that would have been some levels that I could have looked at that we could have broken through easily, which is right here. And that's why I have this line right here. That was another line where I was like, okay, here's the price line where we could be breaking over it, and which we did. So it's cool to see that something that you are looking at does play out. And I've been trying to use this so I can teach myself on the fly on these trades how to preserve profits. So if you haven't hit the like button already, what's going on? You guys got to hit the like button. You got to join this live stream the next time I do these. I think it would be fun to do early 7:30 a.m. or 8 a.m. live streams Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays in the middle of the week, so then that we can get pumped up like with each other. We can get the crypto pump going. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and let's see what's happening with just the overall market before we leave. Let's look at crypto bubbles on the hourly. And okay, oh no, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision is coming out of the coming out of the closet. We have a 3% move on that, and then we have Caspa is down. Everything's kind of down just a little bit, nothing crazy. We got eCash. So it's interesting, when these Bitcoin forks, you gotta look at these Bitcoin forks. There's some interesting things that happen with these. There's a narrative that you can follow with Bitcoin forks, and there's an opportunity to trade them for sure. And it's just a matter of because they kind of move in tandem sometimes. When one starts, the other one will, and then all of a sudden we'll see Bitcoin Cash again starting to, something will happen with Bitcoin Cash, and then it'll move up a little bit, but then it's not something that it's like a long term, like, because an example is if you were to have bought Bitcoin Satoshi Vision at the moment that it forked, and you started buying and DCAing into Bitcoin Satoshi Vision instead of Bitcoin, you'd be down almost 90% on your investment, and then you would be up on your Bitcoin investment thousands of percent. So there's a big difference in when you start DCAing into certain things, and the returns over time, doesn't even matter what price you bought it at, you're going to be more in the green and in the positive over time in the long term with Bitcoin. And that's huge. So I mean, that's and at Cryptos R Us, George, he talks about that a lot, where he's like, if you were to have, dollar cost average into some of these forks and some of these projects that kind of promise the same kind of thing, then you would be down. You would be down. You would not have as much. So Bitcoin still has proven that it is the most reliable investment and asset when it comes to having your money and your value actually go up over time, even regardless of the volatility of what it has. And why is because it is the strength of the network. It's the strength of what Bitcoin stands for, and the essence of it being a finite supply of 21 million coins. Let's get more Bitcoin, guys. All right. Smash up the lights, hit the subscribe button. I want you guys to join me in the next stream. We're going to start doing these on Wednesday mornings, I think. I think that's a perfect day to do it. So I will see you guys in this live stream in the next Wednesday, and I will see you in my next video. Make sure you watch my most recent, 4 videos. I mean, yeah, I've been uploading them and being a content machine. So let's go, guys. I will see you in the next videos. Bye. Bye.